In this video, we're going to see which one of these filters is the best for our home. This is a washable aluminum electrostatic filter, and this is just a basic filter. We're going to do 4 tests. We're going to test this clean, this dirty, this clean, and this dirty. Hi, this is Justin from Simply Smart, where we make smart home technology as easy as 1, 2, 3. So if you're interested in smart home technology, consider subscribing for more content like this. And like I said in the beginning, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be testing these air filters. Now currently this air filter is dirty, and I'll show you the dirt here. So if we come up and get it on the light, you can see there's quite a bit of dust and dirt in there. Now this is the side that I have down, so this is where the dirt would enter. And what I do is I actually put an arrow on the end, and I always put it the same way. So if we look at the other side, you can see that it's relatively clean, which means not a lot of dirt is getting through these layers. So what this has inside of it, this is a filter by Trophy Air, and they have all different kinds of sizes. And what it is there is actually 4 layers of this aluminum mesh, and between those layers is an electrostatic foam. As the air passes through here, it becomes electrostatically charged, like static electricity, which helps it collect the dust and lock it in. This is also washable, so once you buy this, you just have to wash it every once in a while, and you'll never have to buy another filter again. Obviously, they do cost more than a standard filter, but they are really high quality. And this is the dirty side again. You can see that's like brown, and then this side is like sparkly and black. Quite a difference. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these filters and we're going to put them in to our air system up here, and then we're going to turn on the air conditioner and we're going to test the air speed in 3 different places. And then we're going to take the average and we're going to see which one lets the most air through and which one is really filtering the best. Just by looking, I mean, this has trapped a ton of dirt. Now let's look at the other cheaper ones. So I do have a dirty one of these and a clean one. So over here is the dirty one, and you can see how brown that looks. And over here is the clean one, which looks pretty white. So that is what the clean and the dirty look like here. And these filters have been in for about the same amount of time, around 500 hours, for the aluminum Trophy Air filter and the basic filter here. And I'll get a close up on how dirty this one is. So there's really not a ton of dirt showing here. Not as much as the electrostatic filter. And the back side even looks brown, actually. It's definitely lighter brown, but that probably means that some of that dirt is getting through. All right, so let's go ahead and put these up in here, and we're gonna test the dirty basic filter, the clean basic filter, and the dirty reusable Trophy Air filter. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to actually show you how to clean this, and we're going to take it first with the vacuum cleaner and then second with the shower, and then we'll test it again once it dries out overnight. You don't want to put these in wet. You want to give them a chance to dry out. So we'll just put in our clean filter overnight, let this dry, and then we'll complete the test tomorrow. All right, so we're going to use this to measure the air, and I'm going to use feet per minute because it's a relatively sensitive setting, and the numbers will be higher, so we'll be able to tell the difference. All right, so this is the clean basic filter. All right, so we've got 346, 317, and 278. All right, so this is the dirty basic filter. So we got 288, 288, 269. All right, now we have the very dirty electrostatic filter. All right, we got 346, 346, 288. All right, so now we're just going to clean our reusable electrostatic aluminum filter, and we're just going to use a vacuum cleaner and a brush attachment. All right, so you can see it looks a little better, but it's still quite dirty. I just wanted to get the main bulk of the dirt off of the surface, and now we'll take it to the shower, and we have a white floor in there, and you'll be able to see all the dirt that comes out of this. All right, so what I like to do is I like to take a sprayer and just spray it from the back side so it pushes the dirt out this way. All right, now once I get the bulk of the dirt out this way, then I go on the front, and I can even already tell that it's way cleaner than it was before. So let's just finish this up. All right, and we are all clean now. Just shake out the excess water and then put it someplace to dry overnight. And then we'll complete our test on the clean filter. Also do this outside with a hose. You don't have to do it in a shower if you don't have like an attachment like this. You just need something to push water through and get it clean. All right, so we have our filter and it is now clean and it has dried overnight. So now what we can do is put this in and test it. And also I was thinking about it, we should probably test it to see what the airspeed is without a filter as well. So then we can see how much the filters are actually slowing down the air, because obviously the fan can only pull in so much air. So we're gonna go ahead and do that. And then another thing I also wanted to point out that I noticed last night, not having these filters in for the first time in a long time, these filters are way more quiet than the cheap filters. There's something about these, you cannot hear them. They are completely silent almost. So we're gonna also do a sound test as well. And what I'm gonna do is just, put the camera up next to that so you can listen to what that sounds like. And then we'll put this up there and then you can hear what this sounds like. And then I'll switch back and forth. That way you can really hear the difference. Hope it comes through on the camera because it's very noticeable in person. All right, so this is just the basic filter. All right, so this is the reusable aluminum filter. All right, so now we are going to test the aluminum hydrostatic filter that is now clean. It's 394, 413, 346. All right, and now let's test it without a filter, so then we can know the maximum speed that is possible. That's 471. 423 and 240. All right, so we are up at the computer now, and I have made this chart based on the information that we had collected from the filters. So we have the no filter, and what I have here is the 3 readings. Now in the last reading of the no filter, it was like 200 something. So I just used this middle reading because it really threw off the numbers, and I don't think that was really correct. I mean, I guess it is correct. It's just that the way it is, the airflow is like all concentrated in one spot when there's no filter. So just to make sure that that is more accurate, I did change this last number here. So what I did is I bolded the highest reading in each category, and then this last column is the average of these three numbers. So with the no filter, the highest number was 471. So the 471 is basically the fastest it could be with a filter. So the disposable clean was at 346, and the hydrostatic clean is at 413. So that's not too far behind actually having no filter between these two here. And then the hydrostatic dirty is 346, which is exactly the same as the disposable clean. So even when this one was caked with dirt and dust, I mean, you saw how dirty it was. This is the same as if this is clean. Now the disposable dirty went all the way down to 288, and that is basically one of the lowest readings here. I think on all of these, this last reading was the lowest, just because at that end, there's not much airflow. So the no filter was at 439, which should be the highest. The disposable clean is at 314. The disposable dirty is a little bit less than the clean, so it doesn't lose too much from here to here. Now the hydrostatic clean is at 384 average. So that's the highest of both of these, and the hydrostatic dirty is actually higher than the clean. So if we go over to the graph now you can kind of see it in graph format. So the disposable clean is here, and then the hydrostatic clean is quite a bit higher, and the hydrostatic clean is just a little bit lower than no filter. Now the disposable dirty, that is quite a bit lower than both of these, but between these two there's not a huge difference. The disposable dirty and the hydrostatic dirty, this one's just a little bit higher. It's a little less of a difference here than it is with the clean. The clean, it's much more of a difference here, but this is pretty interesting. So based on what I've seen, the hydrostatic filter is collecting way more dirt, but it's also letting more air flow through. And it's very important to stop that dirt before it gets up into your air conditioning system, your air handler, where it actually passes the air over all of the coils to get that good and cold as it comes down, or heats it up depending on if you're heating or cooling. So you want to keep those coils as clean as possible, but you also want the air to flow as easy as possible. That way it doesn't have to really suck the air through hard and put a lot of stress on the system. And then also it will blow harder out of the vents, which then it will deliver that air more efficiently as well, cooling or heating faster. Also, the performance of the hydrostatic filter just with the noise component is a huge difference. So as you could hear, the hydrostatic filter is much more quiet than the disposable filter. With the hydrostatic filters, you will also not have to buy a filter again. All you have to do is clean it once in a while. I know I learned something because I had no idea how these results were going to come out. I was hoping that the hydrostatic filter was going to be better. I like to buy things that last for a while and don't contribute to waste. Hope you found that video helpful. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't have these filters yet, definitely check them out on Amazon. They're reasonably priced. They're made in the USA, and I think you're really going to like them if you do make the switch. Check out the other videos on the screen now, and I will see you in the next video.